Okay, students, welcome back to lesson number 14, data manipulation language. So we have already talked about data definition language, data control language. So here we are going to talk about data manipulation language. So in this 14th lesson, you will be learning about ways in adding and modifying data in a database table using data manipulation language. In the last few lessons, you have learned about creating a database on a relational schema. So in this lesson, we will learn how to handle data storage in RDBMS like MySQL. So learning outcomes. So after completing this lesson, you will learn about using the data manipulation language, adding, deleting, and modifying data in a database. From this lesson, you will be able to insert, update, delete data, and merge data. So data manipulation language, DML, is used to manage data within a database table. It includes SQL statements such as select, insert, and update commands. Select, insert, and update commands. So we have already learned about creating a database and their data tables, isn't it? So, and we have also learned about creating user accounts and granting privileges as well. So now let's populate the tables, populate the database with data. So you can type your SQL commands in the command line or in your GUI. For this lesson, we will be using the employee and the employee, department, and project tables we created in the company database. So we have not created project tables, but let's create the project table as well. Okay, so I'm using MariaDB. I'm using the command line interface and I will use GUI as well. So let's see. So let's create table project. Okay, so no. Okay, create table, right? So it has to be, there's additional E here, that's why. Create table project. Now it has to work. Oh, I'm extremely sorry. I always forget that. So create table. So let's see, create table project and let's give some project and give some, this is the project number. Let's see, P number. And let's say here P name. And the primary key, let's make it this P number and press enter. All right, so now let's see. Show tables, press enter. Okay, now inside the database company, you can see there are 1, 2, and 3 tables. Okay, so now insert data. So it is used to add one or more rows to the table. So there are several ways to add records to a table. So you can see here 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Let's say do not specify attribute names in insert. So now you can see we will add some data. So how to do so? Give me a minute. Okay, let's copy this one, insert it here, and you can see now, right, like this. So first, what I want you to do is go here to the table and let's describe the table first and describe employee. Okay, the sequence is first employee number. So here the employee number is a integer, and then vacha, and then employee address, and then the telephone number is also integer. So now what you can see here is that you can see here this is being wrapped up by semicolons, right? Not a semicolon, from single quotations. So in integer, when you're inserting data value integer into a date table, no need to wrap this with single quotation. So let's see 001 because let's see like this. Wait, I will make sure. So this is the table employee, and you can see EMP underscore ID, yeah, and EMP underscore name and address and telephone number. EMP underscore ADDR and EMP underscore telephone number. So these are the attributes which is there. So I will again take this, copy this one, and I will enter it here. So you can see this is integer. So integer vacha, or we can name this string even. Integer vacha integer. Okay, so you can see clearly now. So when you are inserting data in such a table, how to insert? So insert into employee values, employee, and the values are first one, let's say 001 because it is a integer. We are not going to put them inside single quote, put this value inside single quotations, and then Jagat Pereira. Okay. Yeah. So now we have to put this inside single quotations here. Employee address, again, it's a Colombo. And telephone number, this is integer, so not 1125678. Okay. And it's so now you can see how the values are going to be inserted. So now I'm going to copy this one, place it and press enter. And you can see now the data is being inserted. Okay, the data is being inserted. Okay, data is being inserted. All right. Okay, so now we have inserted some data, right? So let's see whether those data is actually inside the table. How to see? Select all. We are going to learn about this later. Select all from the table name employee. So, okay, so now you can see the data which we have inserted is already inside the table. Employee number 1, employee name Jagat Pereira, employee address Colombo, employee telephone number, we have inserted this telephone number. So anyway, you can go to the GUI and go and see as well. Go to employee. Now you can see the data is there. Data is there, right? So we insert data through the CLI, but the data is there. Okay. All right. So you can enter data through GUI as well, like this. The Vacha is 10, right? So can only put Anuradha as I think. 1, 2, 3. Okay, address let's say Gampaha. Telephone number, let's say not 11562, right? Then press go and go to browse and see. Okay, now you can see. Now you can see. So you can see here because I have given 10 characters, 10, the data value length as 10. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the space, 8, 9, 10 are there. So that is why Jagat PER is showing other than Jagat Pereira. So if you can edit and go and edit this column more to give the data length more than 10, yes, you can insert more names here, but now this is the case, right? So structure. So in name, let's say employee F name now for the time being, first name, employee first name. Okay, so now so you can see here Jagat Pereira, so I can edit this data. Jagat, we put only Jagat here. Okay, so now employee first name Jagat and Anuradha. So one data we inserted through the CLI, the other data we inserted through the GUI. So let's see. Right? Select star. Star means all, right? Star means all. So you can remember in the previous lesson when we are talking about privileges, we use star. Star means all. So select star from employee. And okay, now you can see, yes, already the attribute has been changed to employee name, and you can see Jagat and Anuradha is now inserted inside as values inside the table. Okay, so that is one way of inserting. And the other way is this one. So explicitly specify the attribute names that correspond to the values in the new tuple. Thus, the order need to be maintained. Also, the attributes with null values can be left out. Okay, so now let's say like this. Let's go and describe the table once again. Describe employee. Oh, very sorry. Exit. Describe employee semicolon. All right, now you can see employee address is null, employee telephone number is null. Understand? So let's say like this. If we need to insert only employee number and employee first name, only employee number and employee first name, right? So because they are not allowed null values, we have to definitely enter employee number and employee first name, because from the table you cannot left out them, because no null values are not permitted in that attribute employee number and employee first name, but employee address and employee telephone number you can leave and go. So now what we are going to do is we are going to insert specific data. Okay, so how to do so? Like this. Right. First of all, let's see insert into which table? Employee table. Now let's write the specific attributes which we need to insert the values to. Insert employee number. So we need to insert to employee number, and we need to insert to employee F name. Okay, right. So we can leave behind these two because these two are they are permitting null values. We can leave them, and then values can insert the values, right? So the values has to be, let's say 003. So we have already 1, 3, comma, let's say one. One, and then close the bracket, and now I'll press enter. Let's see what will happen. Take the manual. A syntax. You have an error in SQL syntax. Insert into employee. Yes, yes, you can see values. It has become values, right? It has to be values. Okay, so now you can see the the, the data values has been inserted. Let's see. Let's see. Select select all. Okay. From select all from employee. Press enter. Okay, now you can see here, right? Employee number 3, employee name is one. So those two we have inserted because see, null values are not permitted there. Not null constraint is being there, so we cannot insert null. We cannot keep null values there. But here you can see employee address and employee telephone number is being displayed as null. Is being displayed as null. Okay, so let's see whether the other way around works. So, okay, I just said it. Sorry, my bad. MySQL. Okay, so let's see whether it works other way around as well. Insert into employee. Now we are going to insert into address. Address, and this one Kelly. Let's insert some values. So address, let's see the address as Kaluthara. And telephone number is an integer, so we can get that like this and press enter. Okay, sorry, we have not inserted a database. No, we went out of this. No, use company. There's something wrong with my keyboard. Very sorry. Give me a minute. Okay, now you can see. Now I came again. So it's okay that that happened. No? So we'll remember how to do that. No. So press enter. Unknown column. What is that unknown column? So is it EMP? Okay. EMP underscore EMP underscore ADDR. EMP underscore ADDR EMP delete. Okay, so we have to insert this Kalutar inside. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, two warnings. You can see one row is affected, two warnings, right? Two warnings came. Okay. So here, previously, row affected, but no warnings came. No warnings came, but now warnings came. Let's see. Okay, now you can see, right? Employee number has become 0, but employee F name is now left behind, right? No null value inside even. So it is not specified as null value. So you can see here, if it is a null value, you can see it's mentioned as null, but here no null value. So two warnings came here. Two warnings is this one, right? Let's see. Okay, so now you can see left behind, but not null values. These are not null values. But employee number, they assign 0 here defaultly, but employee F name, you can see nothing is being inserted. So you can see here, here that they have specified as null values, but here nothing. So this is the warning which came. Okay, this is the warning which came. Please remember that when you are inserting data into the table. Okay, right, let's move on. Or we can just simply, now we can do like this now. Trunket table employee presenter. Okay, so now let's see, select star from employee and see whether data is there. Empty set. So now you can see data is not there. Let's see whether the table is there. The table is there. Describe, not describe, show tables. Yes, the table is there. You can see the employee table is there, but the data itself inside is not there. You can see it from here. Let's refresh this. Okay, now you can see the table structure is there, but the data is not there. Right. So now what I want you to do is, so let's see. Now we have inserted for specific attributes. So let's see like this, inserting multiple records. Inserting multiple records. Let's copy this and see. Let's copy this one. Copy. That is why I did the trunket command there. So now we can all look again, we can insert. So insert into employee. So insert into employee. We can delete this one now. No need to enter the specific ones now. So here employee and let's insert this one. So what is the we have okay, this one, right? This one. So what we are going to do now, this is the sequence. So let's see. Please look carefully what I'm doing now. So otherwise you will not get this. So insert into employee value. So now we are going to insert multiple values at the same time. So previously what we did was we insert one record, then again we have to insert a one record, then again we are inserting one record, but it will take, it's very time consuming, it will take some time to do so. So what we are going to do is we are going to insert multiple records or multiple rows at the same time. How to do so? Let's see. So first what you have to do is insert into employee values. The same thing goes like that, and then open a bracket, then insert the values which you need to insert, like this first record, okay, here, and then the name of the person, Jagat, right? Jagat. So like this, and again inserting the address, Colombo, and then insert the telephone number, and then put a comma. Again open the bracket. Now let's put some names. Again, you can the comma and enter another record. It's from Kaltar. Okay, and then put his telephone number, and then okay, close the bracket and put a semicolon here. So now it has to work. Okay, you can see now nothing is inside the tables. Nothing is inside the tables here, right? You can see we're empty set. Nothing is inside because we have truncated the table. So now let's put insert into employee values, right? Everything is in order, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Okay, now press enter. Okay. So now let's see. Select star from employee. Okay, now you can see from one attempt, we have inserted 3 records, employee number, employee, sorry, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the way we did it, right? This is the way we did it. Insert into, I'm going to delete this one. So insert into employee values, insert into employee values, right? So now in the same order of the table's attributes, we insert the data in the same order of the table attributes. Let's say the first one is, you can see employee ID, second one is employee name, third one is employee address, fourth one is employee telephone number, and then the first record is being mentioned. Now put a comma and mention the second record. Put a comma and then mention the third record. Likewise, if you have 100 records, you can insert like this, and then at the end of the end of the command, you have to put the semicolon like this. Right? So far what we have done is we have learned about 3 methods to insert data. Right? Insert into the table. Let's say here, insert into the table name is employee, and the values which we are going to insert are, you can see, right, 001, then Jagat Pereira, his birthday, right? Likewise, you can insert. Now you can see here integer values or other numerical values like float, double. We are not going to wrap them with single quotations or double quotations, okay? But string values, chars, and varchar, we have to wrap them with single quotation like this. And the next way we learned about inserting into tables is column specified insertion, where you can give specific columns which you need to insert the values. You can see here employee number, employee name, department number, and gender is only columns which we are going to insert. There may be another few more columns, but we are going to insert only for these 4 columns. So now you here also, you can say you have to specify the columns which we need to insert data and then insert data. Other thing which we learned about is multiple insertion. So in multiple insertion, you can say insert into table name, insert the table name, right? Then after that, you can specify the columns, doesn't matter, right? Then if you specify the columns, you like this, you can insert only those, only the values which belongs to these columns, okay? You can insert multiple values, but let's say you can put another comma here and insert the same set of, let's say, A003, Kavindu Pereira, 3, male. Likewise, you can insert Jagat Pereira is female. Okay. So you can insert, let's say like this, 003, and here Kavindu Pereira, 3 and male. Likewise, you can insert so many in number of records, but those values which insert record, let's say this is record 1, this is record 2, this is record 3, this is record 4, but all the records values has to be values which belongs to these attributes in this scenario. But if you have not mentioned the column names, you can insert like this. So see, insert into employee values. I have not mentioned the specific attributes, column names. So you can insert to every column here. See, you can see here record 1, record 2, record 3. Okay, so now we have learned about insertion, right? Okay, insertion. See, you can see this is what we have done. By entering the select from, we can see the records inserted. Okay, so what we have done is so far the same. So you can do this in PHP or MySQL workbench as well, right? How to do so? This in MySQL. Simply what you can do is you can select this one, go to SQL, this one, okay, and paste this one. So insert into employee. So basically you have to go to company, this one. So now you are inside the database company, and now insert into employee values. Let's give some more values, right? Jagat, let's say Dhananjay. He's from Colombo, and let's change this. He's from, see, Anuradhapura. And the fifth one is Keshara. From, let's say he's from also Gampaha. And so let's give another phone number to him. And we'll delete this one. Okay, so now if I press go, okay, 2 rows inserted, 2 rows are inserted. So you can see it comes as that. Let's select those 2 rows from here. Select star from employee. Okay, now you can see Dhananjay and Keshari is also being inserted. Okay, so now you can see that these things can be done through GUI, CLI both. If you are using Workbench, you can do it from Workbench also. So now the next one is updating. This is used to modify attribute values of one or more selected records. So here, each command modifies database tables rows in the same table. Each command modifies database table rows in the same table. The same, not different tables, but in the same table. So when modifying data, you will not be allowed to execute commands if it violates referential integrity. Can you remember? We have in the previous lesson, the 12th lesson also, we learned about updating cascade, deleting, and default values. Set default values. You can see we have learned about 4 referential integrity commands, right? Can you remember? So this is enforcing referential integrity. So you have to be very careful when you're updating data and deleting data in a table. Okay. Right. So now we'll see how to update. Update employee. Right. Let's see. Let's update something. Okay. I will talk about this, but first we'll just try this out. Let's update something. Let's update the telephone number of employee number 1. Okay, not telephone number. Let's say something that can be checked to your eye, right? So Gampahas, okay, cases. This one is now both are from Gampahana. So let's update that into something else. So update the table called employee, and now we are going to tell what we are going to update. What we are going to update. So we are going to update only employee address, right? So set employee address, right? Set employee address where now we are going to, now we selected the table. So update the table employee. Okay, now we are inside the table and we are going to say what we are going to update. So we are going to update the employee address into what? Equals employee address into, let's say, Badulla. Okay, and then so now we know, okay, we have to update the employee table, and we are going to change employee address into Badulla. We only know that, but we don't know whose employee address we are going to change. So now we are going to specify whose employee address we are going to change. Where emp underscore number equals 1. Right, and then put a semicolon here and press enter. Okay, now you can see rows matched 1. Okay, now one row is being matched. That means, right, employee number 1, this row is being matched. Okay, the employee address is Colombo. Then change 1. So that when this is being searched and found, change this Colombo into, so yeah, we change Colombo, right? So okay, Colombo into Badulla, right? And no warnings came. So let's select and see whether this has been affected by our change. From select all from employee. So now you can see here, Jagat previously was address was in Colombo. Now it is being changed to Badulla. All right. So now the where clause, this one, where clause is used to provide the condition. So that means this is the condition. So we are going to change the gender of some employee, but that employee has to be employee 002 condition. Understand? So then the set clause specify the attribute which has to be modified. So here the condition and then set clause specifies the attribute to be modified. Now let's talk about deleting data. So this is used to remove records, rows from database table. So it includes a where clause to select which row has to be, which tuple, sorry, to select which tuples has to be deleted. So here the number of rows deleted depends on the number of records that are satisfying the condition mentioned under where clause. Okay, let's see. Don't worry, we'll see. So it is important to note that the records will be deleted from one table at one time. If you have not used cascade delete, can you remember, right? We use cascade delete in the referential integrity. When we are deleting one row in the department table, the reference employee tables, all the tuples will be deleted with the department tables that mentioned row. Can you remember when we are deleting this row in department table, the mentioned other employees will also be deleted. That is cascade delete. So when defining foreign keys in creating table command, you have studied it in the lesson 12 also, right? So referential integrity will be enforced when deleting the records. But now let's just I think there's no foreign key here. No foreign key here. So we have not enforced referential integrity. So no need to get panicked because this will run smoothly. But please remember, if you have enforced referential integrity and when you are deleting some tuple in a department table, it's affecting employee tables, all the tuples will be deleted as well. Okay, please remember that. Right, you can write the delete command as follows. So here you can see delete from the table name where column 1 value 1. Okay, let's see. Delete from employee where gender is F. Okay, so that means all the records where gender is F will be deleted. Okay, will be deleted. So let's see. Right, so you can see Gampa, there are two Gampa people from Gampa, right? We'll delete that. So let's see, delete from employee, all right, employee, where emp underscore addr equals Gampaha. If I now press enter, what will happen? All the records which is their records employee address is from Gampaha will be deleted. Let's see. Okay, queries. Okay, two rows are affected. That means this one and this one has to be definitely now deleted. Let's see. Select star from employee. Okay, now you can see the records which were belong to employee address Gampa is now being deleted. Okay, so now you can see the deletion of rows in tuples in a table as well. All right, so if you want to delete, delete from employee, right? If you want to delete all the records, you can use delete command without the where clause. Okay, so when you use delete command without without the where clause, so all the records will be deleted from the table. As you can see below, all the employees records will be deleted and we will get an empty table. So this is like the trunket. Okay, so like the trunket. So we will, we can do that as well. But all right, so let's see, delete from delete. Okay, delete from employee. Three rows affected. So now you can see select all from employee, empty values, nothing is there. So we have already deleted everything. Right. So you will learn different ways of writing conditions with various operators in the next few lessons. Okay, so you will learn about writing conditions and various operators of how to do so. So when discussed about the select queries, most of them can be used with where clause. Okay, where clause. So this where clause can be used in update and delete commands. Okay, in update and delete commands like we did here. Delete where, update where. Okay. Right. So now we are going to learn about merge data. Okay, merging data. So now you have learned about, okay, let's see how to merge data. Okay, so merge data. So before merging data, we have to insert some data into the deleted employee table. So that we have deleted all the data. You can see here, empty set. So I already inserted some data now. Select star from employee. And you can see here, I have inserted few data and I have inserted few data to department table as from department table as well. You can see IT and CS both are there. So now what we are going to do here, so merge data, you can see here, insert ignore into table 1, select all from table 2. Insert ignore into department, select all from department. So what is this meaning? So this SQL statement will insert all the rows from table 2. All the rows from table 2 into table 1. Okay, but it will ignore any duplicate rows based on the primary key or unique key constraints of table 1. All right, it will ignore any duplicate rows based on the primary key or unique key, unique constraint of table 1. Okay, well, simply what happens is it will select all the rows from all the rows, right? Not attributes, all the rows. This is table 2. So all the rows from table 2 and insert that into table 1 without without concerning any duplicate rows based on the primary key or unique constraint of table 1. So if a row with the same primary key or unique constraint already exists in table 1, here, table 1, it will not be inserted. It will not be inserted, right? Right? It will not be inserted. So you can see here, in the beginning of the SQL statement, we specify the insert operation, and then uh, we put ignore is added to statement, which tells the database which tells to ignore any errors that may occur during the insertion process. Okay, like that primary key and unique constraint, which was ignored. Okay, ignoring any duplication rows based on the primary key and unique constraints. And you can see here the second one here. Uh, the second part of this SQL statement specifies select operation. So it selects every row from the table. Okay. Okay. So in a summary, so this SQL statement select all rows from table 2 and insert them into table 1. However, if a row with the same primary key or unique key, so unique constraint already exists in the table 1, it will ignore. Okay, so let's see what will happen here, right? Okay, so let's type insert ignore into uh, let's see, we'll employee select all from department. Press enter. Okay. So now then insertion error will come here. You can see here the column count doesn't match the value count at row 1. At row 1. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think same error will come here. Yeah. So now why happens this? You can see here what the error which came is in column count doesn't match value count at row 1. Okay, telling that it's not matching the oh, came out right. Sorry. MySQL u root p You have to put the space here. Root. Now you're inside, so now we have to use our DB code company. Okay. 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 Now you can see here, an error message came telling me that what? Here, I think column count doesn't match the value count at row. You can see column count doesn't match value count at the row 1. So this error occurs when you try to insert data from one table into another using the insert ignore statement, okay? And the number of columns in two tables does not match. The number of columns in the two table does not match, okay? So when using this insert or this insert in ignore into table and that these statements, MySQL assumes that the number of columns in both tables are same. Okay, so same, and it tries to insert all columns from table 1 to table 2. That means from table employee to department. Okay, so if the number of columns is different, you will get this error message. So in order to solve this, you need to specify the columns you want to insert explicitly and ensure that the number of columns and values are matched. Okay, so remember that as well. Okay, so yeah, so you can see now that that is the case which happened here, because my columns from table employee didn't match with the columns of the number of columns with a department table. It is not working anyway. So if the columns are matched, you can of course do this merging. But anyway, in order to fix this, what you can do is you can specify the columns you want to insert explicitly and ensure that the number of columns are matching in both the tables. Okay, so right, so now we have finished the 14th lesson, data manipulation language as well. So let's meet up in the next lesson, lesson 15, with another video. Thank you very much.